Hello, bonjour, buenos dias. My name is Diane Hartunian, and I teach French and Spanish, and I am also very happy to be in the cohort for e-learning and new media design here at Cal State LA. I wanted to share today my basic teaching philosophy for foreign languages, and in particular, how to leverage Web 2.0 tools for second language immersion. The online world and the availability of Web 2.0 tools have revolutionized the way learners can access authentic language anywhere, anytime. The recent data shows that there are many internet users from around the world. English is just one of the languages used, and of course, there is a very high number of internet users who communicate in both Spanish and French. As far as social networking is concerned, the forecast is that in 2019, there will be almost 3 billion social network users. So why not tap into the online world, the world of languages, and create a platform where learners can access authentic real-world content? So if we combine Web 2.0 tools, social media, and the wide variety of authentic content online, there are endless opportunities for language learners. I have actually been experimenting with this on my own as I continue to learn languages, and I feel that the use of Web 2.0 tools and the ubiquity of online resources in different languages gives an opportunity that we didn't have before, and I really do think that it's revolutionized the way we learn languages. So what are your favorite social media sites? I'm not sure if you can actually take this survey as I'm doing a recording, but I always like to ask people, and one of the things that I tell them is to access information in another language through the same social media sites that you like to use. So it's accessing information anywhere, anytime. For example, if you like listening to the radio, I listen to NPR, for example. Well, what can I find in French? I can find a lot of equivalents. I can listen to Radio France, and there could be the same equivalents in Spanish. This particular presentation focuses more on French. So you have access for free to listen to news and talk shows and music in French. You can get news across time zones. Gone are the days when you had to search for a newspaper in a foreign language and pay a lot of money for it. So if I like reading the New York Times, I can also add a newspaper like Le Monde, and I can read about what's going on in France and in the world. And this is something that it can be very effective for language learning. What about TV? Let's say if you like watching CNN or any news media in English, you can do this through actually many sites in French, and one of them is TV5 Monde, which is the French channel that is diffused throughout the world, and you have access to news, specific programs about culture, movies. It's a very informative site. If you are interested in tweeting, you can join different groups online in French and practice tweeting, and you can become a tweeter, or you can practice using tweets, or to tweet in French would be tweeter. You can join French speaking groups on Facebook. Any group of interest that you like, you can find something in French, and all you would have to do is like the group, as in like the group. How about planning a virtual trip to France in French? And maybe you'll take that trip in the near future. What are some of the things that you can do? You can visit Air France and reserve a round trip flight to Paris without putting in your credit card. You can set the language in French and you have exposure to all of this information in French. You can make lodging arrangements through the social media site Airbnb. I find this to be an excellent site for getting exposure to the language and culture of different countries. You can actually change the setting of Airbnb to French, and you can put the currency into euros to really make for an authentic experience. And students can really benefit because they see descriptions of both neighborhoods and different lodging arrangements all in French. They can review what people are saying about the site or about the housing in French. If they really wanted to, they could email the host to get more information. Google Maps is a very powerful tool that I think is often underestimated. You can actually locate an address where you could potentially stay. You could pin these sites, and you can make up your own map with as much information you want about some cafes in the area, some restaurants, places of interest. And it really gives you so much information that it helps you for a trip, let's say, that you could plan. So I do have my lesson plan available. For more information about using Web 2.0 immersion tools, this has been an introduction, and I hope that you have found this informative. Thank you.